Hey, hi folks. Hi everyone. I'm Akash. Hi everyone. I'm Akash. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be going to dive into the activation function and error function in machine learning basically. So we'll start by understanding this concept and how these concepts we'll start by understanding these concepts and see how they are used in real world application, and going to understand. We will be going to demonstrate this particular practical example using Python, and by end of this video you will have a clear understanding of the fundamental concepts, how they have contributed to building effective machine learning models. Let's get started. All right. So we'll just try to explain you with the concepts and explanation basically, folks, so that you will understand concepts and concept concept that is activation function. Okay, so what I will do is I will explain you this particular sense activation function. Okay, so let's take a paint. So let's go there and try to understand with basic things basically. So I don't wanted to overgeneralize the things now. Okay, so I will just give you a simple things so that you will understand. Okay, so let's get started to understand the concept basically. So activation function, whenever I'm talking about the activation function, folks, AF, that is activation function, that is nothing but it determines whether a neuron should be activated or not activated basically by adding some weighted preferences to the particular features basically. Try to understand that, and we'll be going to introduce a non-linearity in the output of the neuron. Okay, non-linearity, we are adding a non-linearity in the output in the neuron basically. So what this particular jargon words is about to say, folks, if I wanted to talk this particular things by adding a biases, to adding some weights, to adding some to create some non-linearity into the particular neuron basically, right? So what this in the simple terms, that like never the beginners can understand this particular analogy, right? So simple analogy you have to try to understand, that is basically, folks, think of an activation function as a gatekeeper, right? If you see the watchman, if you see the watchman in the particular school, what he is going to do, right? What he is going to do, it decides which people to pass into the particular school, right? If the people coming from in the simple Hindi I'm talking about now, like झुपड़पट्टी में झुपड़पट्टी से लोग आ रहे हैं, तो हम वैसे बच्चे को तो हम नहीं ला सकते ना. So who is beggar who is begging the things, beggar people child, he cannot put such people to put into the such schools, right? He cannot enter such people, such child to enter into the particular school. Are you understanding? So this information he will able to understand, he will be going to decide. He's a decision maker, which one, which person to getting entered into this thing. There is a dress code for the particular person to enter, right? For the school. So they have some design dedicated uniforms for that particular schools, right? So this is the all about that this watchman is going to do it, right? Watchman is here what he is a watchman. Now watchman is a decision maker. This decision maker, we will be going to tell that he's an activation function for the school, right? He's a decision maker, whom to enter, whom not to enter. This is a simple example, folks. Right. You are able to understand now, right? I hope you got understanding, fair understanding this jargon words with the simple understanding. All right. So activation function is all about that. Now, this in the activation functions, there are common types, right? If you think watchman, there are various like There are several type of behavior you can see in the watchman, right? That there are certain people who will be very friendly, who will be working with various kind of people. They will communicate, appreciate, they will ask every each and every person, right? This such type of behavior will be there. In such people, such watchmen, they will say like no, yes, yes, no, such type of behaviors it will be there, right? So I will explain you that particular concept with simple analogy, folks. Okay, common types, you will be able to see such type of an activation functions. That is two three things you will be able to understand. That is common types you will be able to encounter. One is a sigmoid. As I told you, that you will going to see such kind of a watchmans who will answer in the zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones, they will be their response will be zeros and ones. Okay, I'm trying to relate that particular example with the common types basically, so that you will be able to understand. Let me know in the comment section below, folks. Do you want such explanation? If you want particular document for that particular this videos, okay, I will be going to attach in the description so that you can go through once. You can understand fair understanding what I'm talking about. Okay, so what's this is all about, like with the general aspect, but each and everything which I have talked about, explained you, that will be not in the document. What the things is particular to the topic will be there. All right. So come back to this particular thing. Understand the sigmoid is something like there are some watchmen who will be answering yes, no, yes, no. That's it. It is used for binary classification, folks. There are such people who knows to answer yes, whom know to answer no. Okay. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. That is only it will be going to do. Such kind of a people are like sigmoid people, sigmoid watchman. Okay. Understand like that. Understand. Now relate this particular concept and try to explain that. Okay. So there is another common type of an activation function. It is nothing but ReLU. Okay. ReLU. What is a ReLU now? What is this particular, that is in the short form, we'll be going to tell that rectified linear unit is nothing but short form. In the short form, we will say that it is a rectified linear unit. Okay, all right. So rectified linear unit, it's like if the input is negative, the input itself if it is positive, and the input itself if it is positive, useful for a hidden layers in neural network. Okay, this kind of a activation functions will help you to understand more about the features. Okay, to understand more about the features. Okay, so this kind of a watchman, as I told you, right, they will go into depth. They will understand into the depth of you, right? What is happening into your life? How is your school is going? How your mother and father is doing? Like these are the things. These are the watchmen's works, right? So they will be understand more about you. Okay, how you are doing, how the things is going, how you are doing, how the things is going, right? These are the like watchmen. They will be going to understand more about you. Okay, so these are the watchmen, such people. Okay, there is another activation function you will be going to come across. There is nothing but a tan h. Okay, so what it will be going to do, like its output will range with particular specific, folks, -1 to +1. Okay, if you have come across any particular exam, right? So they will be going to talk about like there will be a -1 to +1 range. Okay, like uh, 0 means fail, 30 means fail, 35 means pass, then 100 is more marks you have secured, right? So these are the common types, like these are the range basically, folks. You will be able to understand common types of activation functions we understood about the common types of activation functions now. So now we'll try to understand another topic now, that is nothing but error functions. Okay, we'll try to understand now error functions now. So what this particular error function is all about now. Okay, so error functions are what? Error function is also known as, okay, I will try to explain you first, understand the definitions, folks, what I am talking about. Then we'll get dive into the particular analogy, so that will helps you the most. So with the use case, with the story analogy, so that you will understand. Okay, so first understand what is this particular in the common terms it will be going to call about. Then we'll try to relate with the particular story so that it makes sense for us. Okay, so error functions is also known as loss function. Okay, we will be calling it as this as a loss function. Whenever somebody says that, is the error function or loss function? Yes. So what this loss function will going to do it? Your question will be like, hey Akash, what is this loss function is about to do it? So loss function is very simple, folks. It will measure how well the model predictions match the actual target value. It guides the training process by updating the model, okay, by adding the parameter to minimize the error. Okay, so how much error will be the less? Okay, your error should be minimal. Okay, folks, so this loss function will going to tell you how perfectly the model is getting matched with the actual values, basically, folks. Okay, so this is a particular thing that loss function will be going to talk about, and it will be measuring basically. So if I wanted to talk about this in a simple terms, like beginners should understand this particular thing. So in what way I can, like simple child, if he wanted to understand this error functions, like what is this particular thing? Like think of an error function is like a mentor, right? Think of this error function as a teachers. Think of this as mentors, right? So mentors is such people, like they will be going to grading an exam. They will be comparing the student's answer with the correct answers basically, and they will be giving you the score. That is nothing but an error, right? To indicate how the student has performed. So that is nothing but an error function, folks. So they will be going to mapping this particular thing with the correct answers, and they will be giving you a score, right? This score will judge the student, how the student has performed well, right? The same way how student has performed well, that if you wanted to measure the performance of the model, that is nothing but a loss function. Okay, I hope you got the understanding. This is nothing but an error function will be. Okay, so like now this error function, we have a two common types basically, right? One is the minimum square error, okay, mean square error, sorry, I uttered very wrong way. So it is a mean square error, and another one is cross entropy loss, CEL. Okay, these are the two common types we will be going to talk about. So what is a mean square error? For what particular case we'll be going to use it? So it is a difference between the predict and actual values, and it is used for regression tasks. Okay, so this is particular thing is used for regression basically, folks, and this is used for classification, right? So it may, like performance of the classification, like it whose output is probabilistic basically, like between zeros and ones, as I told you, right? The watchman will be saying that zeros yes or no, right? So such kind of a classification, it is used for classification task basically, folks. Okay, so this is a particular thing, cross entropy loss will be there. Okay, I hope you got the fair understanding now. So now whatever we learned up till now, we'll try to understand with the use case. Okay, so that you will not lose anywhere and you will understand what I'm talking about. All right. So now we'll try to understand with the use case, right? So now use case. So in the use case, first comes the problem statement. Okay. Problem statement. Okay. So problem statement. So we wanted to predict whether a person will buy a product based on the age and estimated salary. Okay. Whether they buy based on the age and estimated salary. Age and estimated salary. Whether they will buy based upon the age and estimated salary. Okay, so these are the two things. So we wanted to predict like whether the person will buy or not. So what will be relevance for this particular problem? The this example is relatable to many businesses, folks. Okay, so what they will be going to do it is like they will wanted to predict the customer behavior for to increase the sales and effectively strategize their marketing campaigns. Okay, so they want to effectively strategize their marketing. Okay, so this is a particular thing you have to understand. They are effectively strategizing the things. So now we'll try to apply this particular concepts which we have understood from up till now, activation functions and error functions in this particular use case, so that you will understand. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will be going to use a data set in the Kaggle that contains the information like user's age. Okay, like Kaggle dataset we have. So it collects the user age and estimated salary, whether that particular person will going to buy a purchase a product or not. So you will get a fair understanding how we can apply this particular concept into the particular things. Okay. So I hope this get you the clarity now. So let's get started into this particular video. So we'll just try to open our Jupyter notebook. We'll try to understand with respect to the Python demo. Okay, so we'll step by step understand these functions basically, folks. So what I will be going to do is I will be going to do let me know. So this video will be like too big enough. So what I will do is in the next video, I will be record step by step what are the things we are going to consider and what are the main things I will be not going to get into the details of the libraries part. I will be going to focusing on the use case. Okay. In the next video, we'll be going to discuss about the use case with the Python demonstration, folks.